You're tuned in to the Wednesday installment of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. As usual, today's program is filled with lots of information for your benefit. Coming up, learn how government is reforming the tax incentive program and promoting small business establishments. Plus, books on Jamaican food and much more. Stay tuned. The pages of the magazine start turning right now.
Sunday is a family day. We like cook together, talk, share ideas and help each other. We reason about things.
I spend quality time with my family every day.
It is very important because at the end of the day, you have children around you and you have to show them that, okay, this is the foundation, this is the way it's supposed to be.
They keep the family together and in line, and especially with the boys.
Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your GIS News for Wednesday, November 27. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller has called for more attention to be paid to the unique challenges being faced by middle-income developing countries and the small island developing states such as Jamaica. She was addressing Tuesday's opening plenary of the European Development Days Forum in Brussels, Belgium. Mrs. Simpson-Miller pointed out that middle-income countries were home to the majority of the world's poor and there was need to accelerate the development of these nations. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister also used the forum to urge women not to place barriers on themselves in order to move forward and effect change in the world. While pointing to women's dominance in fields such as the justice system, education and health, she argued for greater involvement in matters of politics. Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson has voiced support for the medicinal use of marijuana. The minister was responding to questions posed at the Rotary Club of St. Andrew meeting held at the Hotel Four Seasons on Tuesday. Dr. Ferguson argued that while smoking inclusive of marijuana has serious implications for one's health, research findings are also clearly pointing to marijuana's success in helping to treat some medical conditions. In the meantime, the health minister maintains his stance on the critical importance of the recently imposed ban on smoking in specified public places. He points out that the country spends billions of dollars each year to address the ills caused by tobacco smoke, which causes the death of nearly 6 million people worldwide each year. Dr. Ferguson is therefore urging Jamaicans to continue supporting the policy and embrace healthier lifestyle practices. Jamaica and Singapore have signed an Open Skies Agreement (OSA), which will allow some airlines to fly freely between the two countries. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing, Dr. Maurice Guy, and Singapore's Transport Minister Liew Tok Yew signed the deal Monday. It was inked on the sidelines of the 28th International Maritime Organization Assembly in London. Under the OSA, selected airlines can fly between Jamaica and Singapore, even via third countries, without limitations in the frequency of flights, capacity, and the type of aircraft. Minister Guy says the agreement will translate into increased potential for transportation, commerce, and tourism between the two countries. 4 mobile community security and dispute resolution centers were opened in Marchpen St. Catherine on Tuesday. The mobile police posts, which cost approximately $25 million, will serve the Lauriston and the Shelter Rock areas. Minister of National Security Peter Bunting has urged the residents to take ownership of the facilities and to work in collaboration with the police to maintain law and order.
Police have an important role to play, yes, but until a community decides that enough is enough, until we as a community make that decision and wider communities across Jamaica, then we won't have a sustainable solution to the crime problem.
Funding for the centers came from the Jamaica Social Investment Fund with participation by the communities. The Ministry of Education has extended the review period for the latest draft of the Jamaica Teaching Council JTC bill. Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaites says the existing draft bill has also been referred to the National Council on Education, which is the principal advisor body on education policy. He says the decision was taken to allow more time for collaborative consideration of what will be a vital law to uplift the professionalism of teachers in the transformed educational system. Minister Thwaites says his ministry is willing to make changes to the bill based on the recommendations. And finally, stakeholders from across CARICOM are currently engaged in the second Caribbean Access and Benefit Sharing ABS Protocol workshop aimed at producing a roadmap for the ratification and implementation of the Nagoya Protocol on genetic resources and their use. The workshop is being held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. The ABS Protocol, which emerged from the Convention on Biological Diversity, will enable increased legal certainty, clarity and transparency for both users and providers of genetic resources. It refers to genetic material from any living organism, such as plants or animals, which can be used for a variety of purposes, ranging from basic research to the development of products. Minister of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change Robert Pickersgill says his ministry is taking steps to implement the necessary pieces of legislation to support the protocol.
A position paper has also been prepared which outlines the country's road to accession. I will be seeking Cabinet's approval in the coming months to prepare drafting instructions to develop the necessary legislative framework to achieve this goal.
Minister Pickersgill was addressing Monday's opening ceremony for the ABS workshop, which ends on Friday. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.
A healthy and educated people living in a clean, natural environment, reducing crime, improving the justice system and governance, building a prosperous economy. It's not just a vision, it's reality. Learn about the plan. Join the vision.
My country, Jamaica, has a rich heritage and is very unique. If we all pull together, we can make it the place of choice to live, work, raise family, and to do business.
For more information on Vision 2030, call the Planning Institute of Jamaica or visit vision2030.gov.jm, your parish library, school library, or the Jamaica Information Service.
Here at the JIS, we are interested in national development and bringing you information that can help improve your life. And we are committed to getting that done through partnerships with other agents of change like the church, for example. Recently, we partnered with the Glad Tidings Open Bible Church in St. Catherine to help them pull off an exciting community health fair. Here's how it went.
Giveaways, free medical checkups, and insightful presentations. The Spanish Town-based Glad Tidings Open Bible Church took its ministry out of the pews and into the community recently. It staged a community outreach health fair on Brunswick Avenue, bringing services and information to the people, partnering with the Jamaica Information Service to maximize the impact.
We thought that it would be good to culminate our 2 weeks of evangelistic meeting with a kind of a practical approach to the preaching of the gospel. That is sharing food, doing something in health, giving information to the community people.
As an agent of change, it is our mandate to ensure that people all across Jamaica are aware of what is happening in the country, and not only that, but to serve the people where they are. So as part of our corporate responsibility, we go out in the communities and we ensure that we bring the information to the people so that they are empowered, because that is part of our role as the information arm of the government.
Community members came out in droves to take advantage of the numerous services that were provided: blood pressure checks, eye screening, immunization, diabetes tests, and more.
Well, today I did the sugar, the blood, and the urine test.
I got my TRN card as well to get my health card.
This is like a one stop to get like everything done. Yeah, because who to tell? You come here, your blood sugar, urine, vaccine, all those one place.
With the physical taken care of, it was time to cater to the mind. A major exhibitor in the fair was the Information and Media Services Hub of the nation, the JIS. The agency was well represented through its television and special projects departments. Equipped with pamphlets, brochures, and flyers on matters ranging from a wide cross-section of public interest matters, the team happily shared with eager patrons.
I was so surprised. I didn't know they offer so many different information. I learned about like if you need things to print, you can get it done there. And like advertisement, I did not know that I could get it done there.
Information is critical to development, both personal development and national development. And we believe that when communities are moving in that direction to empower their members, it is part of our responsibility to partner with them. And that is part of how we are going to help Jamaica to achieve Vision 2030, which is helping to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
And the children got a privileged glimpse into the world of television production, some even learning the more intricate details of the process.
My name is Paul Martin and I'm reporting for JIS News.
As the active voice of Jamaica, the JIS continues to be an important player in communities across the country. And the people in Spanish Town appreciated the effort. Over 10 public and private entities participated in the day's activities, with almost 400 community members receiving well-needed health care.
I needed help to expand my business, but the banks only wanted to be up in my business. The high interest rates were killing my business, and they're never really business with my business.
At the Exim Bank, we have your business needs covered. Our application process is easy, and we provide loans at competitive rates for the productive sector. From renewable energy projects and working capital to plant upgrades or expansion and export financing. Come in and talk to us today. The Exim Bank. On the road to success, you are going to want us in your...
An important part of creating jobs and growing the economy is fostering an environment that enables businesses themselves to take advantage of growth opportunities. Some innovative strategies have been developed to help achieve that goal. We examine some of them in this week's focus on government strategic priority number 2, job creation and economic growth.
Creating jobs and growing the economy, a strategic priority of the government in the 2013-2014 financial year. But that priority cannot be fully achieved if the tax system is not revamped, especially in the area of incentives or waivers. In essence, getting a waiver or exemption on taxes must somehow contribute to overall development and production in the country, translating into economic growth and benefiting all Jamaicans. And so the aim is to simplify the tax system, increase the number of persons who pay taxes, strengthen the collection system, and revise the tax incentive regime.
The Green Paper on Tax Reform and indeed the White Paper proposed changes to this system by committing to lower rates across the board and incentivizing production, whether the firms were large firms or small firms or medium-sized firms.
The government has been working on an omnibus incentive legislation as part of the tax reform process. The omnibus legislation seeks to provide the framework for a new regime to govern all tax incentives. On November 19, 2013, 4 pieces of legislation, including the Fiscal Incentives Miscellaneous Provisions Act and the Income Tax Relief Large-Scale Projects and Pioneer Industries Act, were passed in the lower house of Parliament. The Fiscal Incentives Act outlines the transition from the old to the new tax incentive regime, while the Income Tax Relief Act outlines large-scale projects that would qualify for a tax credit under the Income Tax Act. The aim is to give a waiver to the primary inputs to production, those things that are used to produce goods or services.
It then incentivizes investment through streamlined and modernized capital allowances and that more closely accord with the useful lives of the assets that are being used, and it incentivizes the employment of labor through the instrument of employment tax credits.
By tabling the two pieces of legislation on tax incentives, the government met an important structural benchmark of the IMF.
The new generalized regime will allow for uniformly reduced rates for all tax-compliant investment bodies and corporate entities and individuals involved in productive activity. This should also serve to enhance the competitiveness of the overall economy.
As the government moves to streamline tax incentives to complement economic growth strategies, changes will be made to the income tax benefits offered to companies listed on the junior market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Companies listed on the exchange prior to January 1, 2014 will continue to enjoy the current tax benefits, but
between January 1st, 2014 and December 31st, 2016, companies that list on the junior market will be entitled to enjoy the full relief from income for a period of 5 years from the date of listing.
For Jamaica's economy to grow and develop, expanding micro, small and medium-sized enterprises is just as important as the tax incentive program. Through the Development Bank of Jamaica, the small business sector has been able to get money to develop their businesses. Loans are available to businesses in the productive sectors of agriculture, agro-processing, manufacturing, tourism, mining, energy, and information and communications technology. And businesses have been taking up the offer.
For the first 6 months of this year, we have approved some 3,766 loans for SMEs, totaling some $1.3 billion, which is some 65% of the $2 billion target. And it compares with the $1.38 billion that we did for all of last year.
Small and medium-sized businesses in the productive sector can access loans of up to $100 million at an interest rate of 9.5% with 7 to 10 years to repay. The DBJ also lends up to 90% of the cost of a project to small and medium-sized businesses and 70% to large businesses. Up to $30 million can also be accessed for energy loans at an interest rate of 8% with 7 years to repay. The recently launched MSME entrepreneurship policy will further assist small businesses as it provides a comprehensive framework for the development of the sector, including training opportunities.
What we want to do is to encourage businesses to get into the investment, and we're seeing good signs.
Particularly in the ICT, tourism, business process outsourcing, and agribusiness sectors. So the government is actively pursuing the tax reform agenda. Omnibus legislation to govern the tax incentive regime has been tabled in Parliament. Micro, small and medium-sized enterprises also have a chance to fund their businesses through equity financing on the Junior Stock Exchange or loans through the DBJ. Through these and other initiatives, government will achieve strategic priority number 2, job creation and economic growth. And Jamaica is on track, recording almost 1% growth in the July to September quarter of the financial year.
Hi, this is Tess N, and I want all you young people to listen to me very carefully. Crime doesn't pay. You can do so much with your life. Don't throw it away in some gang. Stay in school and work hard for what it is you want. It's up to you. Your future will be determined by the decisions you make. Remember, a gang is a dead end.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Show how much you know about the Global Logistics Hub to be established in Jamaica and get the opportunity to win some interesting prizes, including cash on a trip to Panama, by entering the Global Logistics Hub essay competition. If you're between 15 and 35 years, write an essay in 2,000 words or less on the theme Jamaica's Global Logistics Hub, the big opportunity for Jamaica and the world. Essays should be typed using either Arial or Times New Roman font, double-spaced, and include the participant's name, mailing and email addresses, and a telephone number. Drop them off at the office of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, 4 St. Lucia Avenue, Kingston 5 by 2 p.m. on December 15, 2013. Or send via email to logisticsessay@miic.gov.jm. If you want to learn more, you may call 754-2164 or 754-4719.
The Jamaica Logistics Hub.
The Jamaica Logistics Hub.
The Jamaica Logistics Hub.
A topical subject on the minds of many Jamaicans. What exactly is the Jamaica Logistics Hub initiative?
Logistics is the process by which businesses manage the flow of goods, services, people, information, energy, and other resources through the entire supply chain from source to end users.
The various components of the hub will allow Jamaica to capitalize on the increased trade expected to flow through the region when the Panama Canal expansion is completed in 2016.
We are not saying by that all of the project would have been finished. We are saying that there's a core set of projects and programs that must be implemented.
The Jamaica Logistics Hub, a plan in action to increase trade and grow the economy.
There's no denying that Jamaican food is unique. Even authors have capitalized on the allure of our cuisine. Next, we go beyond the covers of a few of these written works.
Jamaican coffee, Jamaican rum, or the equally world-renowned Jamaican jerk. Some say there's a certain art to the cooking of Jamaican foods, and with many foreigners eager to consume all this knowledge, quite a few authors have whipped up books that bring the secrets of the kitchen to the page, presenting a literary buffet of Jamaican foods and beverages. The many books on Jamaican cuisine span a broad spectrum of offerings. If you want to know how to jerk, that's scripted. The necessary ingredients of the national dish, that's also been penned. Almost every food from this island nation is written about. Still, many are more than mere cookbooks in the traditional respect. Their pages offer a historical study on Jamaican foods, why people eat what they do and how they prepare it, delving deep into the nation's food culture, like the facts of how coffee came to Jamaica in the 1700s.
Sir Christopher Laws imported some of the seeds, or got the seeds, from Martinique in 1728 and planted on his property in Upper St. Andrew. It's in that area. And then from that, it developed along the Blue Mountain areas.
These books note too how geographical locations affect taste and ingredients.
What many people do not know is that rums themselves relate to the soil that they grow on.
Authors recently highlighted the dominance of Jamaica's food amongst world cuisines. They educated eager foodies as the Book Industry Association of Jamaica hosted books on food and beverages. The event was at the historic Devon House, which has its own strong food ties as home to a few eateries, such as Devon House Ice Cream, The Grog Shop, and Norma's on the Terrace.
Food and beverage is close to the Jamaican heart. Everybody thought that we should have had such a thing a long time ago.
For such a small island, we had all these unique recipes. And so my aim was to promote Jamaican cooking. I was in London in 1973, when 72, 73, when the Michael Manley government was coming into power, and there was all this euphoria about, you know, being Jamaican and what we could do and all of that. And I decided then and there to produce these recipe postcards, which were called the cold pot recipe postcards, a series of 8 at the beginning and then 12, which was promoting Jamaican cooking. And it was really just smashing, you know, it was unbelievable.
As the nation celebrates 50 years of independence, authors are ensuring that the contribution and evolution of Jamaica's food industry is not watered down. The many books authored by Jamaicans on the nation's cuisine ensure that this aspect of the country's culture is documented for generations to come. To enjoy what they have to offer, you don't have to wait on events like this one. The Institute of Jamaica and the National Library have many titles on their shelves. And of course, there is a proliferation of retail bookshops. Visit one, turn the pages, and rediscover the essence of country-style cooking. Or many bars, the spicy history of jerk from ancestors, and so much more.
Sweet Jamaica, we not left ya. Chop yam and banana, we not left ya.
Finger-licking jerk chicken, Helcher fish and bami, we run down yam and banana, roast breadfruit, sweet potato pudding. Jamaica food sweet. This November is Eat Jamaican Month, so let's make a pledge to use more local produce and less foreign goods. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow.
Sweet Jamaica, we not left ya.
It's a new beginning. New day is dawning. It's time to arise. We are the gene of achievement and pride.
Bold new beginning, time for action. We have the spirit to fight on.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Let us make every effort to forge unity and resolve to work hard for our prosperity.
Leaving our children a legacy of hope. Breaking the shackles and smashing the yoke. This is Jamaica. This is our land. This is our we have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This
Let me hear the children say.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have a future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. Come on, everybody, let's sing. This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Jamaica, together we can.
That's where we end for today, but feel free to log on to our website, jis.gov.jm, for more information on government's programs and policies. Our YouTube channel has this and other programs you may have missed. You can communicate with us by sending an email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or link us on Twitter @JISNews. Until tomorrow when we bring you another in the series, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.